1 year ago, Baton Brutal was released into the world, and for its anniversary, the solo dev has so kindly created a brand new tower for us to climb, for free, 500 meters of heart-pounding parkour goodness, essentially doubling the amount of content in the game. So I thought it was the perfect time to talk about how much I love Baton Brutal, why I can't seem to stop playing it, and maybe convince a couple more people to give it a try. I'm going to be switching back and forth between my gameplay of the new level and a speedrunner called Clark's world record run on the DLC level, Baton Bath, link in the description, so you can see a variety of skill levels at work. And also prove that you don't need to be good to have fun, although it certainly helps. But don't feel too bad. According to the Steam achievements, less than 9% of players have climbed to the top of the first tower, so if you find yourself stuck near the bottom, welcome to the club. Before I get into it, let's actually take a look at a different precision platformer, Celeste. This game has relatively short levels, and upon death you respawn almost instantly back at the start where you can try again. For a lot of people, this is your typical one more try experience, doing the same thing over and over again, and probably making the same mistake over and over again, hopelessly watching as young Madeline falls to her untimely death once more. But in Baton Brutal, you get into more of a flow state. There are no checkpoints, like at all, so instead, making a mistake becomes a seamless loop of falling and losing progress, climbing back up to where you left off, and pushing on further. It loses the video gamey rage state that we've all felt after losing too many times in a row because the entire tower is one connected level. When you fall, you don't die and get a game over screen, you just keep going. Unless, of course, you fall all the way to the bottom. Then you might start getting a little angry. Running, jumping, and climbing are your base movement options, with other obstacles like bounce pads and ice blocks appearing further up the tower. Despite the simplicity, every section in the game manages to feel fresh and exciting and magical to stumble upon. The new birthday level also introduces wall running in a pretty interesting way. You can't do it just anywhere, oh no. What you need to do is run towards these footprints and hold space until you reach the end of the arc. Extremely nerve-wracking the first time I tried it, and whatever you do, don't jump during a wall run or you will go flying in the opposite direction, unless that's what you're meant to do. Sometimes that is the case. There's no tutorial to introduce this mechanic, just a series of more and more difficult sections that force you to either learn it or never be able to uncover what lies at the top of this structure. Sometimes you're given a safe little alcove to practice new moves in, which I do appreciate very much. They're like their own little safety bubbles where nothing could possibly hurt you or get in your way, except for yourself. There's also apparently a grappling hook in the new level, and I didn't even get to that part yet. Hopefully Clark puts up a run of this one soon so I can feel both disappointed in myself and amazed by whatever crazy moves they end up pulling off. Plus, there are a whole bunch of community-made maps for when you beat the original level or just need a break from it. So if you've been looking for a super tight and flowy platforming parkour game developed by a single dev and priced under $10, Baton Brutal is your game. Hopefully I convinced at least one of you to give it a try. And if you want to reminisce on the parkour games of your childhood, as well as learn about some new ones that are in the works, check out the State of Parkour Games.